Thorfinn, the protagonist of Vinland Saga, embodies a fascinating philosophical journey that evolves over time, largely shaped by his experiences of violence, vengeance, and self-discovery. His philosophy shifts from one of revenge and anger to a more profound search for peace and purpose, influenced by the teachings of historical figures, including the Norse explorer Leif Erikson and the ideas of pacifism rooted in Christianity. At the beginning of Vinland Saga, Thorfinn is driven by revenge against Askeladd, who killed his father Thors. His initial worldview is shaped by the Viking warrior ethos, which glorifies battle, honor, and revenge. Thorfinn believes that his value lies in becoming a strong warrior and avenging his father's death, dedicating his life to this cause. This reflects the traditional Norse philosophy centered on fate, heroism, and an almost fatalistic acceptance of violence as a natural part of life. Thorfinn is consumed by hatred and vengeance, seeing violence as a necessary tool for achieving his goals, which leads to years of internal suffering and purposelessness. As the story progresses, Thorfinn experiences disillusionment. After years of feudal battles and his inability to find satisfaction through revenge, he begins to question the purpose of violence and the warrior's life. His encounters with more pacifist characters, especially his memories of his father's philosophy of non-violence, a true warrior needs no sword, challenge him to reflect on the destructive path he's been following. Thorfinn's transformation is rooted in a rejection of the endless cycle of violence, mirroring a Stoic understanding of suffering and an early Christian ethic of forgiveness. He begins to understand that violence only perpetuates suffering and that true strength lies in choosing peace and protecting life rather than taking it. This shift is a profound commentary on human nature and the possibility of redemption, even for those who have walked down dark paths. As Thorfinn abandons his desire for revenge, he embarks on a new quest to build a peaceful land free from war and suffering Vinland. His philosophy matures into one focused on creating a better world through constructive action, not destruction. This philosophy echoes utopian ideals, striving for a land of peace and cooperation, where people can live without fear of war or oppression. Thorfinn's philosophy in this later stage combines elements of pacifism, pragmatism, and idealism. He acknowledges the brutal reality of the world but chooses to fight for a better one, not through violence but through cultivation, diplomacy, and understanding. His journey symbolizes the human capacity for growth, peace, and the rejection of nihilism in favor of hope. In essence, Thorfinn's evolving philosophy speaks to the struggle between vengeance and forgiveness, violence and peace, and ultimately the quest for meaning in a chaotic world. It is a deeply existential journey that explores how suffering can be transformed into wisdom and how personal redemption can lead to the creation of a more peaceful world.